Welcome back, everybody. This is Each One, Reach One, praying to teach and to reach one with this lesson, Lord willing. Thank you for joining me. All praise, all honor, and all of the glory belongs to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, to our Heavenly King, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Thanks for joining me today. Prophecy and promise. We're continuing, right? By the end of this thing, you yourselves and those that you may want to be able to try to reach will be armed with a library of education and reference to go through in order to reinforce your learning, what you've been taught, or to be able to reason with other people out of the scriptures and possibly bring other people unto righteousness. That's what it's all about. Each one reach one, right? If you get that life preserver and you're saved from drowning, turn around, look back into the water, look in the sea that you came out of. Do you see anybody else struggling with the same things that you struggled with, that you are now helped by? I'm sorry, that you have overcome and have been helped to overcome those things via these lessons, via this series. Each one reach one, man. Forward them, forward them the videos, the playlist. All right, send them the playlist link and encourage them to check it out. Encourage them, let them know it's long, but it's worth it. It's exhaustive, but it's necessary. All right. Spur them on in righteousness with righteous brotherly love. And as the Most High God says, that you will receive a prophet's reward. That's what it's all about. All right. For the love of one another, we're encouraged to love one another. And Christ, he came and he died in order to save us from the very things that were killing us. You don't got to die for your brethren. Just love them enough to share the information with them. Zechariah chapter 10. God will bless Judah and Ephraim, Ephraim being the head tribe of the northern kingdom of Israel. All right. God will bless Judah and Ephraim. So another way to say this is God will bless all of Israel. All right. Christianity says God will replace Israel. The Bible says God will bless Israel. Ask ye of the Lord rain in the time of the latter rain. So the Lord shall make bright clouds and give them showers of rain to everyone, grass in the field. For the idols have spoken vanity, and the diviners have seen a lie. Listen, the idols have spoken vanity. Many of you don't understand that you have made your Christian leaders idols. You trust them far above the Bible, far above Christ, and far above the Father. You believe what they say and not what the book has to say. So they are your gods. They are your idols, which have spoken vanity. Replacement theology is vanity. And the diviners have seen a lie and have told false dreams. And you see them all over the internet. All of these fake prophets and prophetess and priests and priestesses, right? They're all over the internet, divine and lies, telling you they've seen a dream. And they have told you of false dreams. They comfort in vain. Therefore, they went their way as a flock. They were troubled because there was no shepherd. All right. So now this is talking about Israel. And many of Israel, biblical Israel, are in the Christian church. And so these Christian leaders are their shepherds. And because they have tried to comfort them in vain, with false divinations and lies, and they have left them. They have left them. So they're not really acting as shepherds. So there is no shepherd. There are no shepherds in Christianity. There is nobody leading these people into righteousness. Right? Many of our people are also in Islam. being left to the wolves with no shepherd. Mine anger was kindled against the shepherds, and I punished the goats, right? The rebels, the wicked. That's what the goats represent. For the Lord of hosts hath visited his flock, the house of Judah, and hath made them as his goodly horse in the battle. Who did he call his flock? The house of Judah. There's no mistaking. He doesn't allow you to debate whether or not his flock is the Christian church. The Bible tells you implicitly, the house of Judah is his flock, and hath made them as his goodly horse in the battle. Because as he said, he's going to endow Judah. He's going to endow his people with power. He says, with you will I break in pieces the nations. He says, you are my weapons. You are my battle axes and weapons in war. Right? Not the Christian church. Judah and Israel. Out of him came forth the corner. Out of him the nail. Out of him the battle bow. Out of him every oppressor together. And they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. See that? He's promising in the end days that he's going to make Judah as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. And they shall fight, because the Lord is with them. And the riders on horses shall be confounded. And I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, and I will bring them again to this, and I will bring them again to place them, not throw them away. Again, listen to these comforting words of assurance and reassurance that he's given to his people. He's trying to comfort his people. Why? Because his people are lowly and afflicted and captive to their enemies. His people are the people who would hear this word and be comforted by it because they are of low estate. In every generation, his people has been in low estate, so that when they hear these words, it would speak to them and it would give them hope, joy, and comfort. He told you his people are the meek of the earth, not the rich. His people are the meek of the earth. Right? So he says, for I have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. For I am the Lord their God, and will hear them. And they of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man. No, let's not move too fast. I'm moving too fast. I'm not making the point. Right? I'm not making the point. He says, for I have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. You hear that? They shall be as I had not cast them off. Because until this point, they seem to be a people that have been cast off. And his promise is that he is not going to cast off his people. So let's put an end to the doctrine of lies that come from Christianity. For I am the Lord their God, and will hear them. He promises to hear his people, and he's hearing us now. And they of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man, and their heart shall rejoice as through wine. Yea, their children shall see it and be glad. Their heart shall rejoice in the Lord. I will hiss for them, not hiss at them. I will hiss for them. Think about that. A snake hisses as a way of warning its enemies, right? The Most High says, I will hiss for them. and gather them. Again, I will hiss for them and gather them. I'm going to be their protector and their deliverer. For I have redeemed them. Because listen to the wording. I have redeemed them. For us, we're waiting for our redemption. But for the Most High God, it's already done. Because once he speaks it, it's already accomplished. Right? We are inside of time, so we are waiting for the fulfillment of these things, but he is outside of time, and he tells you that when his word goes forth, it cannot be brought back, because the moment he says it, it's accomplished. All right? For I have redeemed them, and they shall increase as they have increased. And I will sow them among the people, and they shall remember me in far countries. And they shall live with their children and turn again. Listen. And I will sow them among the people. And, pardon me, they shall remember me in far countries. We're doing this now. Why would a people who has never forgotten him need to remember him? Those people who call themselves Israelis, they tell you that they have never not been without the Torah. They've always known him. They've never gone through a period of time where they went into slavery, they became captive to these other nations, and they lost their heritage as we did. They say we can't be the Israelites because why don't we speak Hebrew? And why do we not have the Torah? And right, why do we not practice all of our customs and traditions? Well, follow the Bible, and he tells you that we would lose all of those things because of our captivities. We would be forced by our enemies to stop practicing our customs and traditions. We would have to learn the ways of our enemies. We would adopt the language and traditions and customs of our enemies. This is what happened to biblical Israel, and that they would remember him in far countries. Those other people don't fit the prophecy. They don't match. And they shall live with their children and turn again. We are turning again back to our Father, back to our Messiah right now. I will bring them again also out of the land of Egypt, out of the land of bondage, right? And gather them out of Assyria, and I will bring them into the land of Gilead and Lebanon, and place shall not be found for them. And he shall pass through the sea with affliction, and shall smite the waves in the sea, and all the deeps of the river shall dry up, and the pride of Assyria shall be brought down, and the scepter of Egypt shall depart away. And I will strengthen them in the Lord, and they shall walk up and down in his name, saith the Lord, Yahweh. Because before we were not walking up and down through the earth in his name. We were walking up and down in the earth under these bywords that we have been called. All of these different things that we have been renamed. We have been called everything but Israel. That's what he means. It says, and they shall walk up and down in his name. We're going to be given his name again, as we have been. We are remembering ourselves, surnaming ourselves Israel, and beginning to walk up and down in his name. Again, anybody teaching you that the Israelites have been replaced, that it's possible to replace the Israelites, that the Israelites have been forsaken, cast off, and thrown away, they are of their father, the devil. They are of Satan's church. Run fast, run far, run now, and give all glory to the Most High God while you're doing it. Grace and peace to the saints of God, to Israel, the true sons and daughters of God. To all of those, to all of those of you who are wondering, what should you be doing in this time? What should you do as you awaken and discover the truth? Well, it depends. Who are you? Are you awakening as an Israelite to your heritage? Turn to the Most High God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and keep his commandments. Are you a Gentile awakening to the fact that you don't get to get raptured out of here? You don't get to replace the Israelites. Well, what do? You cleave to the Israelites. You love the Israelites. You become a blessing to the Israelites. You accept the promises of God and you rejoice for his people. And you pray for mercy. That's what you do. Now take that, run out back into your congregations, run back into your study groups, whoever it is that you normally like to study with. Introduce them to this information. Let them enjoy the great feeling that comes with the truth. Help them put on the life preserver. Pay it forward. Each one, reach one. Shalom.